Yo, big man, your position and talk it out is at stake. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Talk It Out. Today I'm here with my basketball experts, Oze and Yusuf. Obviously a lot has been going on, but we can't forget about IT and Curry coming back to the NBA after their, respective injuries. So we're going to start with Curry and the impact he's had since returning. Oze, do you want to talk about that?
So Curry came back after a month from an ankle injury. He's always been riddled with ankle injuries in his past.
It's quite a bad one, isn't it? Boy?
Yeah. So it was like, you might as well keep it calm because they don't really need Curry right now. So without Curry, they went on like a good record. They lost a couple games though that they should have won. So it's just like, it was good to have him back. And like when he came back, he made his presence known. He made 10 threes, he scored 38 points, and he was just being dominant. Like you couldn't tell that he left for a month, basically. So
what do you think about Curry?
A few moments later.
What the fuck?
You got a heart attack.
Nah, bros. Wow. Well then. Listen to this one. What happened to Curry?
it goes wrong with you.
No, like, I was thinking of IT while I was saying, I was froze.
We're talking about both of them, you know that.
Yeah, but what should I say?
Expand on Curry, yeah, shoot threes.
Give me like an idea.
He shoots threes, he's a point guard, he's the role leader of the team.
Hey, coming out hard.
Yeah.
I rate that.
Say f*** KD, innit? Something like that. It's not that hard, man.
So what do you think about Curry, Yusuf?
Well, obviously Curry is such a huge part of the Warriors, and him coming back benefits them in many ways, but obviously the main way is his three-point shooting, and he made that known. Right, so 10 threes. What did he shoot? 10 or 13?
13. He always and he was a minutes restriction as well.
Exactly. So
when
when players come back from injuries, they're usually just given trial. They don't play their 4 minutes. But in the short time Curry was given, he played better than most players in their 4 minutes.
He basically showed that he was the real leader of the Warriors.
Right. He took full control. It's like he didn't miss a step. He just took full control. He led the scoring for the team, and he just took control and leadership, and that just shows what superstar player he is. It shows he deserves his two-time MVP.
He basically got 40 points. How many players can say that they're just going to get 40 points in their whole career? They're going to come back from injury, having to get used to the players again, playing like 5-on-5 real basketball.
He really didn't miss a step. And like you said, the Warriors were rolling without him. It's not like his injury brought him back and then he pulled the Warriors back and slowed them down. He just jumped right onto it.
But that's the best environment for him as well, because back in like his career, obviously he had ankle injuries and that really plagued him. And I feel like being in a way better team now where the weight isn't on his shoulders anymore, he can literally just rest it out and come to the finals. That's where he's really needed. That's when they're going to be like getting their rings and all of that. He can actually play to his top level.
So you're talking about that, sorry. So you're talking about Curry and how he's the real leader. I really want to ask this question, you can touch on this. If Curry is not playing, do the Warriors win the championship?
I think they can.
Will they? They can?
Listen,
will they?
I think they will. You know what? This is right, because when a superstar's out, right, it gives a lot of time for the younger players to develop. So that Patrick McCaw's got a lot of minutes just because Curry's out. Now think of what that can do for his career and his development. Right, him being a starting point guard against various teams gives him a whole load of experience he will never get from the bench.
Yeah.
The thing with playing from the bench is you're facing other bench players. You're not facing the superstars. You're not guarding Chris Paul.
There's a difference in levels.
Right. So he has to step his game up. If he wants to prove his identity on the Warriors, he has to step up, and that goes for all the other young players that are affected by Curry, because he's a huge part of their rotation, right? So when he's out, it just messes everything up. And as you see, the Warriors are rolling without Curry. So obviously they're missing his scoring, but that's just because Curry's out. So once the other players step up, and we all know the Warriors for how great they are with their teamwork, and they still got Kevin Durant, let's not forget. They still got Klay Thompson, two of probably the greatest scorers in the league right now.
Yeah.
And now you have, with the coaching system they have and all the young players developing at the rate that they are, if Curry's out, they still have a fighting chance. I think they would win the championship.
Do you think they would?
I agree to an extent, because you said that, bench development is crucial and everything. I agree with that, but I believe finals, when all the teams are actually playing properly in the playoffs, because regular season, everyone can roll through the playoffs and the regular season and everything, because no one's really serious. Like the Cavs, they can go to first seed, fourth seed, they don't really care. They know they're going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I feel like in that atmosphere, it's completely different. People out there, it's more physical. People want to win. So I feel like you need someone like Curry who has the experience, the MVPs, and knows what he wants to do, what he wants to get. And I don't think Durant can lead that team to like that. He's not a playmaker. He's a scorer.
Okay.
Curry can go through a game without scoring, but he can know like basically get all his assists, his defense down, everything because he's an all-round player. Durant is just score here, defend here. That's it.
Right, you touched on that. You're saying Kevin Durant's not a playmaker, and maybe Curry is the main playmaker, but Draymond Green actually leads the Warriors in assists. So we have to consider that too. Curry does get assists, but I think he's primarily their scorer. For a point guard, he has less time on the ball than most other point guards. He's more time running off screen.
That's mainly the offense though, because that's everyone's running.
Exactly. So you take Curry out of that and you insert different players, and I think the system runs just as well. Maybe they don't have Curry's presence, his leadership, his experience, and his threat offensively. But I think as a team, if you have any team with Kevin Durant as the main scorer, has a fighting chance against any other team. And you pair that with another All-Star Draymond Green, another All-Star Klay Thompson, the excellent defense that they have. I think that obviously Curry's a big miss, but they could still get really far without.
I feel like though the way teams defend the Warriors, you got let's say 4 All-Stars that can shoot, like starters that can shoot the ball really well, and you got Pachulia. You don't need to guard Pachulia that close because he's inside, or you're going to be guarding him anyway. The 4 All-Stars you have to guard really close. But let's say you got Patrick McCaw there. He's not really the best 3-point shooter yet because obviously he's developing. So you can now sag off a bit, like add more defense to someone else. But when you have Curry on the floor, you have to guard everyone. Right. And then when they start using their screens and start getting the switches that they want, it starts causing problems for other teams. So I believe that having someone there like Curry that can shoot the ball like that with everyone else on the team just adds to the Warriors as a whole.
So there's also been another star that's come back from injury along with Curry, Isaiah Thomas. First game back for the Cavs.
Right.
What are your thoughts, Yusuf?
Isaiah Thomas, huge hip injury, can end many careers, right? He had it last year in the playoffs against the Cavs, a series they basically lost. That's when he got injured, which was tragic, but it happened. Got injured, he got put in a huge trade. I think the Cavs won, but that's a different debate. They got Isaiah. At first, a lot of people were skeptical about the Cavs because they were the same team, sort of, without an All-Star.
Yeah.
And it proved to be a problem at the start because they were really struggling. They started 5-7, I think.
Yeah, they were losing a lot.
But since then, they had a huge win streak. And a lot of people thought, well, okay, Isaiah's not there. They can still win without him. So a lot of people didn't really see space for Isaiah. But once Isaiah came back, he totally dominated, even on restricted minutes. 17 points in 19 minutes. Yeah. That's really efficient.
Impressive.
Especially since this is his first game since May.
Came back.
So he hasn't played basketball for a long time. He started moving properly a couple months ago.
Right.
So imagine someone that they find it hard to walk. And they have to learn how to walk, run, start shooting again. And the fact that he came into the game, scored 17 on 50% shooting as well. So it wasn't like he was just really rusty, doing what he meant to do, score.
That just shows how much of a hard worker Isaiah Thomas is. He's always been an underdog, undersized, 60th pick in the draft. He's always had doubts against him, but he came out and he smashed those doubts. He completely changed the Cavs offense if you watched it, because players were really struggling to guard Isaiah because he's so quick.
What the Cavs were missing, because without Rose and IT, where you're going to get your scoring points off from the point guard, you had Calderon. He had multiple games where he had 0 points.
Right.
And then to lose a scoring point guard like Kyrie and try and fill up that void, you can't use Calderon. You need someone to score. So having IT come off 17 points in 90 minutes after a long break is a really good sign to show that, hey, they're going to start scoring more. They're going to start getting their shit together.
And I like how the Cavs are managing Isaiah Thomas. So they had a back-to-back and they did a play against the Celtics. Yeah. So, they're really watching his recovery and they want him to be 100% for the season. They don't want him to just play in a big game like the Celtics.
There's no need to rush him because they're going to see the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals anyway. Exactly. So,
is IT as important as Curry is to the Warriors?
Definitely. I think
or more.
I wouldn't say it's hard to compare because the Warriors have such a completely different system, and they're two different players in the way they score. They're both scorers, but they score differently, and they have different players around them. Right, LeBron James and Kevin Durant, two completely different players as well. Yeah. So, but with Isaiah, he brings so much versatility to the offense because normally it's LeBron carrying the ball up, LeBron being the point guard, right, and having just support players around
Yeah.
him. But now that you've got IT, that takes a bit of strain off LeBron. It also spreads the floor for all the other players because IT is a threat from every spot on the floor.
Yeah.
So once IT comes back, it just opens up space.
Pure scoring.
And
Right.
it's hard to
Every
guard
squad
as well.
It's hard to guard, and let's not underestimate his passing.
Oh yeah.
We saw that.
We have J.R. Smith, we have Kevin Love,
Yeah.
all open for shots.
They're shooters. That's their job. Cal Korver as well.
Exactly.
They're on the bench as well.
Dwayne Wade was cutting a lot against Portland
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well, and Isaiah Thomas kept finding him.
Because why? Once Isaiah's on the floor, everyone focuses on
Everyone's
him.
buying into the system.
Let's not forget he's a
Everyone's
two-time
motivated.
All-Star.
We spoke about this on our reflection on Christmas Day. We just need someone to draw attention away from LeBron James.
Right. Then you don't
Make some
need
space.
a three-point shot. You have Wade cutting. You have
Exactly.
slashes cutting. So
Yeah.
Isaiah has a huge impact
Yeah.
on the Cavs.
Okay, guys, so that's what we think about IT and Curry coming back. Let us know what you think.